and it's very interesting. I mean, like, we've had a couple guys that have been hanging out in my chat that like actually know the game really, really well. So I can like mess with something and then they can explain like how it works. And like, oh, can you do this also? And they're like, oh yeah, you can do this. And then if you do that, you can do this as well. It's really intricate stuff.
So many lab monsters in everything, and right now we're going to see a couple of monsters on stream. Zay versus MageOfSymphonia. MageOfSymphonia, he goes to college actually in SoCal, so he spent a lot of time around training up with a lot of those folks. I want to see how much he's improved since the last time he's been at Shockwave. I believe we saw him last in March during spring break.
It's been a while.
During one of the Super Shockwaves, actually.
Yeah, the 100-plus entrance.
Oh, man, 130, dude. Crazy. And this is going to be a really intriguing matchup, actually, between Fox and Rosalina. Now, first off, I just kind of want to get your thoughts on the matchup overall. I think I remember talking with both Cosmic Witch as well as MageOfSymphonia about it beforehand, but I would definitely like to hear what your thoughts were on the matter.
My opinions on it, it seems like it could be a little challenging for Fox, because usually he dances around people in neutral and uses like full hops and different ways to drop down, which can be pretty difficult to do whenever you've got a character like Rosalina who's got really disjointed hitboxes. And Rosalina also has really good edge guarding, so if you ever get Fox off stage in the good position, his stock's going to be ended pretty quick, and he's fairly light on top of that. So if you can take advantage of both of those things, then I could see it being kind of rough for Fox. I don't know what the Rosalina main's opinions on the matter were.
No, what they were telling me was Rosalina is one of those characters who kind of needs some of that breathing room and suffers a bit whenever she's dealing with those rushdown-oriented characters, and that's definitely where Fox, of course, excels.
Yes.
Because we're just gonna be listening to Sonic for the game music. But though, of course, like you touched on, the big thing that Rosalina has in this particular matchup will come to that offstage play, right? Because that's where Fox is certainly frail, and where Rosalina has just the perfect tool set to deal with it.
Very crucial air dodge there. That up air would have actually just killed him right off the bat if he had not air dodged through it.
And that time, MageOfSymphonia, very interesting. He didn't try to actually chase down Zay. Was there a particular reason why? Do you think it just shot him too high, or?
I think probably just getting a feel for it. Especially in like the first stock of the game, we're still in the first minute. You still want to get a feel for what your opponent likes to do, what their habits are, like where they're at in the Yomi levels of play. So you don't want to try anything too risky, because then you can get blown up.
You definitely don't want to show your hand too early, I suppose.
Definitely not.
No need to go all in on the first pot.
No, especially if you're not already seeing what's on the river.
Ooh, and we're going to be seeing Zay actually losing his first stock to that S-Smash, and that's what we're talking about. Whenever it comes to the offstage game, that's when Fox is really going to suffer in this match. What we need to see from Zay, I think, in this moment are those great wins in neutral. He needs to overwhelm MageOfSymphonia. He needs to take Luma out of the picture as quick as possible. And Fox definitely has a great toolset, I think, to deal exactly that amount of damage.
Yeah, but he definitely has a lot of different ways to confirm into the up smash if he does land him here. Falling neutral air, the down air, even just a random up air is plenty. Rosalina, despite her big size, is not very heavy at all.
Certainly on the lighter and more floaty side, I'd say, of the spectrum. This up throw is going to be really bad. You're noticing that Zay in the air, and this is twice now that we've seen him go for that air dodge, actually. And know that that's something MageOfSymphonia is going to be picking up on. Right there, though, not even going to need to pick up on anything. Up air. Is he going for the handshake already? He's like, you know what, screw this, I'm done.
Oh, no.
He said that this matchup is even? On what planet?
Yep, gonna have to be searching for that planet in his R-Wing soon. Needs to make things turn around real quick.
Yeah, so he's like, man, I've had better matchups on Corneria, all right? Better matchups on
Let's go to
Sector Z.
Yeah.
Sector Z, as they would say in Canada town.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best part about Canada, hearing all the Zs.
Zs?
I actually take that back. The best part about Canada, poutine. Why do we have, like, poutine is the most American food I've ever had in my entire life.
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, it's like fries with gravy and cheese.
That sounds great. Like, it sounds
amazing.
delicious, and it does sound very American. That's like the most Texas
so
thing
American,
I've ever heard.
but it's like Canadian. Somehow in this land filled with like Tim Hortons and stuff like that, you have poutine in it. I don't know. We gotta talk about the match though. So far pretty even, but again, Zay in the corner here, actually opting to recover on the other side. He doesn't even want to deal with that.
Yeah, I can definitely respect that. Yeah, those hitboxes very, very difficult to beat out. And since he placed them just over the ledge, actually slipping around them would have been pretty challenging. He could have done something like fall from the ledge a little bit and then jump and air dodge through. But then you're going to be suffering air dodge landing, like landing in front of Rosalina.
It just seems like a bad time.
Yeah. We'll just go somewhere else. Let's play on the other ledge instead.
MageOfSymphonia, I think, so far has done a good job of calling out a lot of Zay's aerial advances and approaches. And we've seen Zay actually receive a lot of punishment anytime he chooses to go airborne.
Yeah, and I think the one thing to point out is Zay hasn't done an amazing job getting rid of Luma, but that time actually making the right choice, turning around, using that F smash to get rid of her. And now this will give him a bit of a time to actually get in that rush down, since Rosalina, without Luma, doesn't have those disjointed hitboxes really to be able to keep Fox out.
Yeah, you just got to take out the original defender,
yeah.
And then it's just slim pickings right there. No hesitation on that up smash. From that sort of position, I really don't think there was that much MageOfSymphonia could have done.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like little mixes you could do. Like, you could have put out a forward air preemptively to try and hit him out of it, but then that loses to something like run up shield. Overall, like any of the interactions that MageOfSymphonia won would not really have gotten him anything. It would have just gotten him out of the situation, and would have been a pretty hard call, regardless. A little bit too high on that side B, that would get caught by the down tilt. And
oh, I don't
down
even
there,
know.
Not necessary, but you know,
We'll
sometimes you
take
just have to assert your dominance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already up a game, and he just wants to stifle any momentum Zay might currently have. Again, Zay here on stage. He's looking for a lot of those down airs because he wants to sequence them into double up air afterwards. Great perfect shield. That's actually going to give him an opening on MageOfSymphonia.
We have the up tilt trading with the dash attack, leaving him in a better position, but now Luma is back on the board. Okay, nice dash attack. What I would really like to see him do is just hit Luma after he connects it with a dash attack like that. Earlier on, he hit both of them, and Luma managed to slip off stage, and that finished the Luma stock really, really early. But
yeah.
if he just separates them, similar to ice climbers in Melee, if you actually get them separated, you should try and take out the weaker link.
Yeah, I completely agree. You can't always have that bloodlust. You know, it's tempting, but especially in this matchup, it's important to take those 2 seconds to deal with Luma, so you can have those 14 seconds free to deal with Rosa.
Absolutely.
Zay, though, does not care, actually hopping right over, and that time he's expecting the pullback on Luma, which is why we saw the shield.
So trying to play safe, does not want to be running into more Luma hitboxes. Nice patience on the shield. That's a scary position to be in whenever Rosalina is hitting jabs on your shield because Luma reaches so far forward. But the dash attack up air gets the conversion, and Zay has got a game on the board now.
I've noticed him get a lot of success actually with the dash attack as a zone-breaking tool. He did it at some lower percents, and he got a bit of percentage off of that, and that time actually getting the KO.
Yeah, it's definitely a good tool that Fox has. It starts up so fast, and he moves like just far enough forward that you can run just a little bit in dash attack and be able to threaten from a surprising distance away. It's usually pretty unsafe, so you know if you do it and your opponent calls it out, they're gonna drop the hammer on you.
Oh yeah.
But until they drop the hammer, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And even though you know, Rosalina herself has a shield, keep in mind that Luma doesn't.
Yes.
So MageOfSymphonia puts Luma too far out. Even if he gets the shield, there's a good chance that Luma will be knocked away afterwards. A lot of factors to think about. And MageOfSymphonia actually opting for Battlefield for his stage selection. Which I'm wondering what he's thinking. You know, Zay obviously has a lot of advantages here as well.
Well, I think there are two major advantages. One, the ceiling is very, very high on this stage. So all of Fox's vertical KO power is going to get cut down a little bit, which is how he got all of his kills last game. He got it with up smash, and he got it with a dash attack to up air. And also Rosalina does a really, really good job controlling the platforms with her up air. If she ever does manage to put you into the air, it can be very, very difficult to get back to the ground because those platforms are in your way. And if you ever land on them, Rosalina basically hits you for free.
Well, now Zay is free to really put his reign onto MageOfSymphonia. Luma out, I believe, for the next 7 seconds. So far, able to at least tack on some percentage. And it's getting to the point where we can expect a KO. Down air into up smash. Zay now a stock away. MageOfSymphonia does have a great deal of damage on Zay. Missing with the down tilt. That's going to hurt. He needs to ensure that every single one of his edge guards is on point.
Yeah, and I think that's a bit of an adjustment Zay has made. Earlier on in the set, he was said being a little bit too high and getting caught by those down tilts from on stage. But now he's adjusted, aiming a little bit lower, actually sweet spotting, going underneath the down tilts. And MageOfSymphonia hasn't quite caught onto that yet.
This match might start spiraling out of control. Luma manages to spiral all the way to that bottom blast zone. And because she falls so slowly, that's going to be more time for Zay to come in. But he's having a tough time even getting back to the stage. So far, MageOfSymphonia making all the right decisions on stage to ensure that Zay would not have a chance to land.
Very nicely spaced out smash there. Moving back just a little bit, giving Zay the room to hang himself with. Wow, the Luma down tilt coming through to clank with the up tilt. Well, slips through with the dash attack. That's like a good example right there of just how far Fox can move. And because of that distance, it can be very, very difficult to punish that dash attack.
Ooh, and MageOfSymphonia had the right idea with the call out on the air dodge. We saw it so much from Zay in game number 1, but just misspaced the up air to get the punish.
Whoa.
Wow, Zay going
Zay.
for it all.
You aren't Westfall Zay. Wow, trading with the Luma on the way back.
There, maybe a bit too much respect given towards Luma.
Yeah.
That would have been a prime opportunity to just lay out a dash attack and take Luma out of the picture.
Yeah, I think there have been a couple of chances this last stock where Zay, as we were saying, instead of kind of reining the bloodlust in and go for Luma instead of Rosalina herself.
Now a tough spot, but one area where Zay has been able to find a lot of openings is when MageOfSymphonia sends Luma a bit too far. He's been just hopping over Luma, getting the downer, and then getting the up smash. This is the right percent. Instead, Zay will be mixing things up, going for a back air. Great spacing there.
Not finishing quite yet, though, and that will give MageOfSymphonia another Luma. One last lifeline.
Oh, the rising Luma, and that's it! MageOfSymphonia bringing things back. Ooh. What an insane ending to that game.
Pretty crazy. That definitely could have gone either way. It was,
You're telling me.
pretty crazy.
You're telling me. Wow, that such a hard-fought set.
Yeah.
And when he got launched into the air, but again, that's what we're talking about, how you have to have that awareness of Luma as well. And Zay just didn't have it. He was making great decisions whenever it came to actually getting around Luma.
Yeah.
But whenever it came to dealing with Luma head on, I think that's where he really faltered.
Yeah, I think if he had finished Luma off earlier on in that last stock, it would have given him two opportunities, because he would have killed Luma, got time to dance around, get more momentum, get damage. Luma would have come back, and then he could have killed Luma again before he was at kill percent. And that would have given him a really, really good position to seal the game in safety, rather than having to contend with the MageOfSymphonia having the Luma around his kill percent whenever Mage is also at kill percent.